What? Shoot for the first triple of the night!
The other part for us is just that foul discipline. And again, you're bringing in a group of debutantes, first final series, a bit of nerves. You're going to have to give them time to navigate it.
Bendigo was back in business! Yeah! We're on for three. Whack, whack!
We certainly know that we can make improvements in some areas, so we're really looking forward to turning that around and making adjustments for Game 2.
Let's go!
We still need to show up to the next game like it's do or die.
It's going to be a very interesting Game 2, I can guarantee that.
Well, there's no more second chances for the defending champions tonight as Bendigo fights to square the ledger in this semi-final series against a rampaging Perth Lynx as these two teams fight it out at Red Energy Arena tonight. Perth took Game 1 of the semi-final series by 10 points. And it's now or never for the Spirit as we get set for a huge battle tonight. The players have arrived thanks to Mana Hotels. Jess Webster with you tonight alongside two-time WNBL champion Bet Cole and Olympian Rachel Jarry. Great to have the both of you here tonight. High stakes for Bendigo. If they do not bring their A game tonight, the defending champions are out of the final series.
You said it, Jess. We're at the business end of things here in the WNBL. And the Bendigo Spirit, it's do or die. They will be using their home fans as their sixth woman on the floor. It was their third quarter that got them in trouble, so they'll want to clean that up in today's game. But my, oh my, Perth won by 10 points, but Rach, they have another level to go to.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think they played their best by any stretch, but getting the win is exactly what they wanted. But I think both teams, you know, they missed some shots they would normally make and there was a few turnovers. So I think both teams will come in tonight looking to clean those areas up.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights from Game 1 on Saturday, and it was Perth on their home floor who shot out of the blocks. They led by 7 points at quarter time to really set the tone. The margin was 6 at half time, and it really was that third quarter where Perth put their foot down. They scored 19 points to 10 to open up a game-high 15-point lead at the last change. Bendigo, they threw some punches in the last, but Perth steadied late. A couple of big back-to-back triples late in the game to Ali Wilson sealed it for the Lynx. Onali Maley was sensational. A sixth consecutive double-double. Her and Ali Wilson combined for 48 points for Perth in Game 1 on Saturday. So Bendigo, well, they have to respond in a big way tonight. Beck and Rach have made their way to the wall. This is what caught their eye from Game 1.
Thanks, Jess. Now, something that I really love from Perth in Game 1 was that they mixed up their defence. It's something that they've done all season long, and they were in this press off a free throw. Now, early on, they didn't quite get it right. We can see here they're stuck a little bit in no person's land. They're not quite committed. Ball gets kicked ahead, and Borlase makes a great pass out to Werrang for an open three. Not what Perth want from their press. Now, this one, again, kicked over. Abby's able to bring it up and get them into their offence. Now, Perth drop back into their 1-3-1. They're not aware of where everyone is. Pollard in for an easy layup.
And Rach, we know that press caused Bendigo into 18 turnovers, so surely there's something good from the Perth Lynx here.
Well, Beck, ask and you shall receive. And here we can see that they lulled them into that pass. Maley was able to get that steal. Unfortunately, turns it over. Now, this one, they didn't get up and in on the pressure, but they've slowed Bendigo down, made them had to think about what they're doing, get into their offense with less time on the clock. They're really well connected in this defence. They're able to force Griffin into a tough three-point shot, which is not what Bendigo want. They want to be able to get on the rim early, and forcing them into the tough shots is exactly why Perth won that game.
And now let's have a look at the Bendigo Spirit. For me, it all starts on the defensive end. Great one-on-one D by Reese, getting up and in on Hanshu. Gets the rebound and kicks it ahead to that woman right there, Izzy Borlase. She needs the ball early in transition and going downhill. We see there, no, she doesn't get the score, but what does she do? She gets the offensive rebound and she finds her open shooter in Abby Werrang and whack for three. And then as we see here on the second clip, it's that team gang rebounding, which we know they won in Game 1. They won the rebounding count. Again, Borlase, I want her getting downhill early. She's so strong. She has a great Euro step, and so important is getting to the foul line and being aggressive, Rach. So for me, two key things: team rebounding and early transition getting to the foul line.
Absolutely, and both teams do want to play the same way, so it is such a key for this game, being able to get stops and run and find your open shots.
But now let's head courtside to Kelsey Brown as she caught up with Coach Kennedy Kariyama.
Kennedy, no shock season on the line tonight. Are these games the ones that you get nervous for?
Look, I wouldn't necessarily say nervous, but certainly spend a little more time prepping for it. I think the preparation is going to be really important, and from our perspective, the adjustments will be important too.
For you, what's the final message to the girls before they go out onto a big stage like tonight? Does it change from the season knowing that there's plenty on the line here?
Look, I think the playing group know what's on the line. So for me, it's about consistency and the messages I've been delivering all season long. So it's going to be about game plan. And I thought last game we had a fairly solid game plan, but there were certainly some 1%ers on both sides, offensively and defensively. We need to tidy up. If we can find 6 points either side, I think we're in a good place.
Halftime scoring after halftime has been a difficulty for you the last 2 times you've met the Perth Lynx. Has there been adjustments and talk about what you're going to do in the second half to make sure that the scoring doesn't dry up?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, probably the first 2 games were very different as far as them playing zone in that third quarter, and that really giving us some problems. Zone not giving us really any problems in that last game. So from our perspective, probably just being a little more deliberate with offense, whether they're both matched up or in zone.
Very excited to see what you do today. Coach of the Year for a reason. All the best.
Thank you.
And can't wait to see Kennedy's game plan tonight. But one player who'll be looking to step up again is Meg McConnell. She had a great possession game in game 1, finishing with 10 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals and 0 turnovers. Exactly what you want from a point guard. But I think she left a couple shots on the rim and missed some that she would normally make. So if she can look to clean that up tonight, she's going to be a real X factor for Bendigo to get this win.
Well, Perth have won 4 out of the 5 matchups so far this season against Bendigo by an average of 13 points. Let's head back to Kelsey, who's with one of their stars in Tegan Graham.
Tegan coming off a great game 1 win. What was Ryan Petrick most happy about?
Honestly, just sticking to the game plan. I think, that's really important in finals basketball to execute what we practice. And so, yeah, I think there's, some stuff that we obviously have to clean up with the turnovers and the O-boards. But, yeah, he was pretty happy with the overall game plan, I think.
It's a really big game tonight. You're 1 win away from entering into a championship series. Is it hard not to get ahead of yourself and look forward, or are you really just honing in on today?
Yeah, I mean, today's the most important game of the season. We have to win to keep going. So for us, we want to get it done in 2, obviously. And so, yeah, we focus on today, and then whatever happens, we focus on that next.
You've got 2 of the best players on the floor tonight. One of them is on your team, Annalene Maley. What is she like in finals? Does she go to another level? I feel like we're seeing the best of her at the moment.
Yeah, number 1, I love how you said her name correctly. I'm all for Annalie. But no, yeah, she's incredible. She's, just the best competitor I've ever played with, and so finals, obviously she's going to shine. It's competition stage number 1. So yeah, she's incredible. She's a great leader. She's a great teammate, and this is the stage for her to do her thing.
We can't wait to see what you, Annalie, and the Perth Lynx do today. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
And speaking of Annalie Maley, she was the woman of game 1 with yet again another double-double, 24 points, 13 rebounds, but also 5 assists and 3 steals. She was doing it on both ends of the floor, but she is a woman who really controls the tempo. And with her rebounding ability to get the ball and just go downhill in transition, it's hard to stop.
An incredible season so far from the runner-up to the MVP winner, Isabel Borlase, on the opposite team. Well, it's a massive game, as we know, for the Bendigo Spirit. They have to win to keep their season alive, and they're going to hope that their home fans can get behind them tonight as we head courtside to Kelsey Brown, who's soaking up the atmosphere.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Great to be here at Red Energy Arena. You can definitely feel what's on the line here. There's plenty of seriousness around the building. Bendigo Spirit know that they need to win this one. But while we're on what's at stake, let's take a look at Ryan Petrick's last 4 seasons at the helm for the Perth Lynx. In 2022, they lost to the Boomers in the Championship Series. 2023, they bowed out in the semi-finals. 2024, lost to the Flyers. Beck, you're very familiar with that one in the Championship Series. And last season, they lost to Townsville in the semi. So Perth Lynx are looking to get themselves into yet another championship series. Can they do it tonight in game 2?
Absolutely. Kel's aiming to make their 3rd championship series in 5 years. Is this the year they finally go all the way? Well, I have to get over the defending champions, the Bendigo Spirit, tonight. Isabel Borlase in her finals debut on Saturday, 22 points, 16 rebounds. I'd love to have another big performance from her tonight. No changes to the starting 5, the same starting 5s that we had in game 1. McConnell, Werrung, Borlase, Griffin and Reese for Bendigo, and Wilson, Shibatoni, Shue, Maley and Atwell for Perth. Here we go. It is game 2 of the semi-final series between Bendigo and Perth. It's going to be the Lynx with first possession through Ali Wilson. 24 points for her in game 1. Shibatoni over the top to Shu, working on the youngster Reese off the right. Can't get the result. Griffin with an early rebound, and that is an early stop that Bendigo would love to see. Borlase takes it down the floor, runs into Maylee, swings it into the corner. Werung's shot is blocked by Shu, but she gets a second opportunity, hands it off to Borlase, working hard underneath the rack. Couldn't get the finish as well. Couple of opportunities and some nervy moments in the opening few seconds here of game 2.
And you can feel the nerves. I love that Werung was ready to shoot that 3. Bendigo need that from a great block from Hahn. But again, Bendigo Spirit missed a few bunnies in game 1. I'd like to see them make those easy ones, but right there, really like that from McConnell. Bendigo Spirit need to get to the free throw line.
So already 2 things that both our experts wanted to see, which was Bendigo getting to the foul line early and Meg McConnell making an impact as well.
Absolutely, and Becky talked about getting to the free throw line. We know that that was such a contrast in the last game. Perth going to the line 32 times to Bendigo's just 14. Such a huge difference in that game.
Unfortunately, could not get a bucket in her first 2 free throw attempts, Meg McConnell, so we're still locked at 0 apiece. God, you can feel and almost hear the tension at Red Energy Arena tonight. You can almost hear a pin drop in there at the moment. Good start is so crucial for the Spirit against this high-scoring, high-octane Lynx roster. Here goes Maylee. She gets fouled. As we mentioned pre-game, her 6th consecutive double-double performance in game 1 of the semi-final series on Saturday. "24 points in game 1. So a chance for Nelly Burgers. 3 consecutive misses at the foul line. 2 down one end, 1 at this end. And the second one rattles in for our first point of game 2 of the semi-final series. It's a very serious Coach Ryan Petrick watches on.
And we see out of a foul shot, Perth are back into that 2-2-1 full court zone that you spoke about earlier, Rach.
Yeah, and, you know, Bendigo have had a couple days now to talk about it and see how they're going to combat that. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes as the game progresses.
Werung couldn't make it count from 3-point range. Here's Shu pulling up for 3. Same result, Werung with the rebound. Both these sides still looking to settle. McConnell unsure where to go. Back to the safe hands of Kelsey Griffin. Now the Borlase, the MVP for this season. Back to the veteran and Griffin, who makes a move and gets the first bucket in the semi-final.
A tough bucket, but that's good to see Griffin getting early touches because she's needed on her end of the floor.
Griffin with the rebound, takes it away. Werung in the corner, Borlase open for 3. It's no good. Reese with an important no board. Now working up against Atwell. Couldn't get the result. Maylee with the rebound.
And I know Reese missed that, but I like seeing her get after those offensive rebounds. We know that Bendigo won the rebounds 47-38 with 17-0 boards, and they'll need to do that again in today's game.
She goes herself, and why not?
She got to have a hand up on Hanshu, though. We know that she can make those shots, and a bit of a steadier there for Perth.
They held an early 1-point lead. Kelsey Griffin up against Ali Wilson. Griffin with strength, wanted to pass it off to Borlase. Atwell stands in the way and hands it off to Maylee. Off to Chibatoni, feet set, fires for 3, it's no good. It's won by McConnell. Can they beat them on the fast transition, the Spirit? McConnell's held up, shares it with Griffin. Now goes to Werung. Back to KG, over the top to Borlase, working against Atwell. Tries a spin move off the glass for 2, is good.
And I like that look, Rach. Borlase is a strong guard. And if you can get Atwell low in the post, take it at her.
If no one's going to come and help, she's going to score all night long with that move.
Number one scorer in the league this season, Izzy Borlase. Atwell bounces off the rim. Shu with the rebound and the bucket. Silences the crowd momentarily as Perth regain an early lead. Borlase running downhill, loses it. It'll stay with Bendigo. It came off Perth.
And I know Bendigo lost in game one, but I think we need to give a lot of credit to Borlase. In her first final game ever, she had 22 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. But what great execution of that baseline out of bounds.
Bendigo by 1. Ali Wilson rolls out. Borlase with the rebound off to McConnell. McConnell to Reese. Turned 24 on Saturday in game 1. She gets fouled on the way to the rack.
Oh, we love that move from the young gun. Just taking it straight to the superstar in Hanshu, getting herself to the free throw line. No fear in that lady's mind, is there?
That's what you love to see. Let's head courtside to Kelsey.
We love what Kelsey Reese is doing, but Olivia Pollard has just checked in 12 points in her last outing in game 1. But I think it's important to note that the Perth Lynx had 0 points contributed from their bench in game 1. It was all from the starters. So Pollard's going to be massive for the Bendigo Spirit today.
Thanks, Kels. Reese makes her first free throw attempt in the starting 5 for the 3rd time this season, including starting in game 1. There is Pollard on the floor for the Spirit, who lead by 3 halfway through this opening quarter. Promising signs early for the Spirit.
It is. They've come out with really good intent. That shot right there, though, is just too easy for Hanshu, and we know how good of passer the guards are. But they've come out with a purpose in what they're running and executing on the offensive end, and they just need to get stops and keep rebounding.
Reese up against Wilson. Well defended. Maley can take it away and hand it off to Wilson.
Oh, mismatch.
And they find Shu. Can't get the roll. McConnell over the top to Reese. It's denied by Shu. It's knocked out of play. Second decisive block for Hanshu to go with her 6 points in this first quarter. And a couple of rebounds as well.
And it's good to see Bendigo Spirit attacking the mismatches we've seen with Kelsey Reese, as well as Kelsey Griffin, even Borlase down low.
Borlase makes it count.
But it's so important that Bendigo continue to get other players involved and go to them when they do have those mismatches, because it just takes a little bit of responsibility off Borlase to always be the one that's getting the scoreboard ticking over.
Bendigo by 3. Maley can't eat into the deficit. It spills to Reese. Off to Borlase. 4 points already for the MVP. This time kicks it out to Pollard. Swings it across to the youngster, and Reese comes up short on the triple attempt. Atwell takes it down the floor for the Lynx. Up against Booth. It's come unstuck. So they're generating the stops here, Bendigo. Can they make it count on their offensive end? McConnell works the baseline. Can't get the finish.
I would have liked to see McConnell attack that from the get-go in transition. It was one-on-one. See if you can draw a foul, but great stop from Booth. Good hands.
And she's on the receiving end of the McConnell pass.
That's what you asked for, Beck, because you're right, they had looked a little bit hesitant in the fast break on a couple of possessions so far, and you called for it in the pre-game that the fast break is what they're so good at, as we see what Amy Atwell is so good at in getting to the free throw line.
She's off to the line for the and 1. Here's the Amy replay. McConnell handing it off to Booth to open up a 5-point gap. Now it's back to 3 with Atwell at the line. 17 points for Amy Atwell in game 1 of the semi-final series on Saturday. She completes the 3-point play. And we're back to a 2-point pool game. Borlase open for 3. No good. Well done by Booth to tap it back to KG23. Back to Boulays. Now into the corner for Griffin. Bounces off the rim. Atwell gets fouled. She takes possession.
And again, early, Bendigo Spirit, they're getting after the rebounds. They're winning right now, 12-8, 5 offensive rebounds already. And this is what is helping them get those second chance opportunities. Really important, Rach.
Absolutely, and you know, they've had great shots on that possession. Boulays wide open for a three-point shot, then to Griffin in the corner for another open three-point shot. So they just need to stay poised, patient, knock those shots that they are more than capable of making down, and this margin is going to grow further.
Boulays for McConnell. Goes herself from long range. It's no good. Neither side has knocked down a triple yet tonight. Atwell also can't get the result. Morris with the O board and the putback. So Bendigo, 0 from 7 from three-point range. Perth 0 from 5. Here's Griffin. Finally, we get our first triple of the ball game.
And KG23, I feel like that's the shot that will loosen the game up. The fans, they'll get into it. I'd like to see her hitting that one early.
Here goes Atwell, handing it off to Maylee.
Liv Pollard just needs to do a bit better on her one-on-one defense. That's twice now. Atwell's just pump faked her and driven straight past her.
Kelsey Griffin's had enough. Back-to-back triples.
Whack, whack, Rachel Jerry.
Go. So I was tired of seeing everyone miss. I'll just step up and deliver a couple of bombs in a row. 4-point lead to the Spirit. Foul going against Izzy Boulays. Let's have 4 points in this opening quarter. Griffin up to 8. Han Shu leading the way for the Spirit with 6 as McConnell has a rest.
And you just know with someone like Kelsey Griffin, with all the experience and championships that she has, she is going to leave absolutely nothing on the floor tonight. She knows exactly how much it means, how much it takes to win finals games, and she's going to do everything she can for her team.
Tegan Graham 1 from 2 at the line, but it's 1 back by Maylee. How many times have we said that? Now she fires for 3, got it!
Now it's a shootout. Let's go.
And that's what got Annalie Maylee going in that first game, was the fact she was making her 3-point shots. Again, it's similar to Atwell. When that happens, it really stretches the floor. As we see feet set, something she's been improving on this season.
Clark onto the floor for the Spirit, hands it off to Werung, now back to Boulays. Over the top to Kelsey Griffin, who goes over her head to Boulays in the corner, has to get around Han Shu. That's a tough shot, couldn't quite get the finish, wins the O board, looking for options, back to Clark, feet set, open for 3, nails it!
Again, great offensive rebounding, and the shooter's feet are set on the 3. Emma Clark is a shooter.
Joined the club mid-season as an injury replacement. Here's Shu adding to her tally, 8 points in this opening quarter with a minute to go. Keeps the scoreboard close. It's another look at Emma Clark from outside the perimeter.
And the offensive boards are becoming a problem for Perth. They're not getting a body, they're not finding the ball, they need to block out. We know Bendigo are a great offensive rebounding team, and it's getting them extra points, extra possessions, and you don't want to be playing defense for that long.
And despite the win that Perth had, Coach Petrick noted in the post-game press conference that he felt there was so much that they could clean up on their defensive scheme. So I'm sure going into quarter time, he's not going to be super happy with what they've left on the court.
Griffin to Booth. It's no good. The rebound to Maylee. Running downhill, hands it off to Shu. Now hands it to Chivatoni. 25 seconds left on the clock. Gets around Griffin, now looking for options. Gorman comes up short. Bendigo generated stop. They win possession back.
And this is a good way to end the quarter for the Spirit. They got a good stop. Now they have one shot left. They'll use the shot clock. If they can execute and get a good score, they'll head into quarter time feeling really good about what they've produced.
Final 10 seconds of the opening quarter. And the MVP has the ball in her hand. Hands it off to Clark. Bounces off the rim. Griffin keeps it alive, throws it up. Can't get the result on the buzzer, but an impressive start to this game 2 of the semi-final series. Bendigo Spirit, the defending champions, with a 1-point lead over Perth Lynx, 21-20 at quarter time. We'll see you on the other side of the break for the second quarter. Welcome back. Quarter time at Red Energy Arena. Game 2 of the semi-final series between the defending champions Bendigo and the Perth Lynx. And it is the Spirit who lead by 1 point at quarter time. 21-20. Jess Webster with you in commentary tonight alongside two-time WNBL champion Bet Cole, Olympian Rachel Jarry. And courtside for us tonight is Kelsey Brown. Kelsey, you were around the Perth huddle at quarter time. What did Coach Ryan Petrick have to say about their start to this contest?
Well, Bet Cole, you are exactly right. It was all about the O boards. Petrick and Arnalee Maley asking for a lot better effort on that defensive end, specifically around the O boards. He also spoke about the block catches, hedging a little bit more, because he said Bendigo Spirit are getting whatever shot they want at the moment. We really need to clean up on that defensive end and go back to our game plan and what we know how to do best.
Thanks so much, Kels. Beck and Rach, what caught your eye from the opening quarter?
Well, for me, I think, I feel like Bendigo are on top watching the game. They've got some better shots, I think, than Perth, and they've been able to, it feels a little bit easier for them, especially with their offensive boards and getting second chance. But, I'm always interested in the battle of the coaches and that mental battle, and neither coach called a timeout. So they're happy to sort of let this play out, let the players figure it out and see who can go on a run.
See what happens here in the second quarter. Atwell off the left is no good to start at Shu. She's in 5 form already, and she takes her tally to double figures to start this second quarter. 10 points and 3 rebounds for Han Shu.
And Han has something in her eye today. She's ready to get to work, and she's been doing a great job.
Griffin off the glass for 2. Also takes her tally to 10 points, 4 rebounds.
And again, another mismatch that they're taking advantage of.
KG had 10.6 rebounds in game 1, so she's already reached her points tally here to start the second quarter. Atwell looking a little sore. She comes back to her feet. Take another look on replay. It's got a tangle with Abby Wareham.
And we know as well, Abby Wareham will always get the defensive matchup. She's long, she's strong, and it's a great matchup for Atwell, who she can shoot. So Wareham has that length, but as well, we've seen her this season attack the rim more, and Wareham can match up with that foot speed as well.
And I'd expect, you know, in this second quarter, the physicality to go to another level. We know that there was a lot of fouls called in game 1, but they kept it clean in that first quarter, so it gives the opportunity now for everyone to step up their physicality, knowing no one's in foul trouble at this point. Could change very quickly.
See another foul called by the referee against Georgia Booth.
Well, Wareham just actually got her second foul, so she's been taken off the floor. And again, we just spoke about how important she is.
Absolutely.
It will be interesting to see what Coach Kennedy does in regards to, do you bring her back or do you save her for the second half?
Shot clock down to 3, into the corner for Maley, bounces off the rim, and that was off Kelsey, and Kelsey Reese, and McDonald keeps it alive. Let's head courtside to Kelsey Brown.
Rach, Jarry, you talk about the fouls called in game 1. Izzy Borlase on Andy and Gazy on the run home. She said they spoke about the discrepancy between the fouls called on either side. So it has been a big talking point for the Bendigo Spirit. But my thing is this finals basketball? Is this what comes with it? The physicality? You guys have both played in these games. Is that what comes with it as well?
Absolutely, and you know, it's the physicality, but it's also, you know, knowing your scout so well that you're not getting offense out of what you normally get it out of. So it can be a bit unorthodox at times, and it does make sometimes for a high foul count.
Perth by 1. These two sides have traded the lead here in the second quarter. Tightly contested so far. Different style of game from game 1 is Borlase. Eyes for 3, rattles out. It's one back by Griffin up against Atwell. Atwell with the good defense. Griffin just kept fighting and found a way.
Yes, Griffin, shake it. Oh, Oakbourne got the foul and going to the line for and 1. I'm pumped, ladies.
A move from the top shelf from Kelsey Griffin. Just would not give up on the play. All thanks to Amy. She can't complete the 3-point play. Maley takes it away for the Lynx. Shoe for Atwell. Now works her way inside. Good move, a nice finish.
That was a beautiful finish from Atwell, and it's something that she's really improved in her game, is not just being that 3-point shooter, being able to get to the rack, attack her defensive player, and get some easy buckets.
McConnell out to Reese. Now works on Hanshu and gets the call her way.
And that will now be Shu's second foul. Does Ryan look to take her off? She is a crucial part, but Rach, how good has it been able to see Kelsey Reese be so aggressive?
Well, the WNBL and Virgin Australia are giving you the chance to win tickets to the WNBL26 Championship game on March the 1st. That's flights and accommodation for the ultimate finals experience. Plus, you'll score a WNBL27 family season pass and a signed official game ball. So scan the QR code on your screen now and enter for that incredible prize.
Beck, you talked about, you know, being a young player and in finals. I think it affects you either way. You either get really nervous because you know how big it is, or you just have absolutely no fear, and that's how Kelsey Reese is playing, and we love to see it.
No better learning opportunity than taking on Hanshu in a final series. Two-time WCBA champion and MVP.
And I'm really enjoying this pick and roll game as I have all season between Wilson and her post player. What's so good, whether it's Morris or Shu, she just reads the game like no one else. She can shoot the ball, she can distribute it to her bigs, but she's been great at getting downhill and going to the foul line.
It's her first point of game 2 after having 24 in game 1. A couple of steadying buckets to Ali Wilson and the Perth Lynx. Boulay is a sweeping pass to Booth, who shares it with McConnell. Pulls up for 2 herself. It's no good. Morris with a rebound, hands it off to Maley. She's running downhill. This is where she gets dangerous. Can't get the bucket. Reese with the rebound. Now Boulay takes it down the floor. It's away inside, a little fumble. Looking for options. Out to Reese, who pulls the trigger. It's no good. Perth ball.
A big difference so far as well is Bendigo taking care of the ball. They're only on 1 turnover. And we see Perth have been, again, off every foul shot into that full court press. And that's what forced Bendigo into the turnovers and led the Lynx to easy transition points. But the guards have been really composed under pressure today, and they've been able to break that trap and been able to find good execution at the other end.
Perth by 2 as Samuels hands it off to Reese, and now McConnell. Works the perimeter, goes over the top to Reese. She's feeling it in this final.
Great read, and she had the mismatch on Wilson, demanded the ball, and made a great finish there.
Showing some aggression and poise. The 24-year-old in her debut WNBL season. Scores a level. Shibatoni up and in for 2.
And if you see on that play, Georgia Booth was just all over Amy Atwell. She was coming off handoffs, didn't let her get the ball. But again, this is why they have 5 people scoring in double figures. Alex Chiapatoni for our own little mid-range J.
Samuels.
Okay, throw down, step back, 3.
Played her first game since round 2 in game 1 on Saturday. So great to see her back. And that was a timely triple for the Spirit. Atwell hands Perth back the lead. These two sides continue to trade blows. It's Perth who shot out of the blocks in game 1 and really controlled the scoreboard, despite Bendigo throwing a couple of late punches, but this match has remained tight since the opening tip-off. Just 1 point separating the two sides at quarter time. Bendigo with their noses in front. Perth now with a 1 point lead halfway through the second quarter. Boulay couldn't quite get the finish. Just rocketed herself to the rim. Maley in the corner. Goes bang.
Casey got one on Maley's head before. Now Maley's like, get you back.
Opens up a 4 point gap to Perth. McConnell from long range. Can't get it done. Morris hands it off to Maley. Now to Graham. Nowhere to go. Back out to Morris. Now to Wilson. A couple of big triples late in the semi-final game 1 to steady the ship for Perth. She gets fouled here. Just 1 win away, Perth, from their 3rd championship series in 5 years. Trophy has eluded them so far. Defending champions Bendigo fighting for their life here tonight. Maley open in the corner and doesn't make a mistake.
And Maley's picking right back up where she left off in game 1. She is hitting her 3 point shots.
So we head to a pay-wise timeout here in the second quarter. 3 minutes 52 left in the second. Perth 37, Bendigo 31. So we see our first timeout of the contest, Beck and Rach. It was less than 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter, but Perth, it creeps up on you. The margin was just toe-to-toe, you know, multiple lead changes. All of a sudden you look at it and it's 6 points of difference.
You can't let up for one play phase at all. So, you know, Maley goes bang, bang, and now it's out to 6. But down the other end, I'd love to see Bendigo just stay composed on their finishes. It feels like they're trying to play for the whistle a little bit. They just need to stay poised, finish through contact, and it makes it much easier for the ref to call any fouls if you're just going up to the basket strong.
Crowd starting to find their voice here at Red Energy Arena. They know what's on the line tonight for the defending champs. Facing a 6-point deficit here in the second quarter. They led by 1 at quarter time. So the Lynx have made their move here in the second quarter. Back-to-back triples to Annalie Maley has opened up a 6-point gap as we exit a timeout here in the second quarter. Jess Webster with you alongside Bet Cole, Rachel Jarry and Kelsey Brown courtside for us tonight. Kelsey around the Bendigo huddle at that last timeout. What were the key messages?
Yeah, no shocks from Kennedy Kariyama. He spoke about being aware of where Maley is. The Perth Lynx are now 3 of 10 from the three-point line, but before her last 2 triples, they were just sitting at 12%. The Bendigo Spirit are 4 of 16, so that's a little bit of a difference at the moment, but he wants them to be stronger on their finishes at the basket as well. They've missed a couple of bunnies.
Thanks, Kels. Play back underway. Maley runs into Borlase, gets the foul called against her.
And I feel like we're seeing a little something the same that happened from the first game. Right now, if we're looking at all the match stats, it's just the percentage of shooting that is making the difference. And in the first game, Perth had 59 shot attempts, but Bendigo had 76. Yep. So it just shows the difference in Perth are hitting their shots, whereas Bendigo are just leaving some on the rim.
Well, the biggest WNBL season of all time is coming to an end, and now it all comes down to the finals. This is where legacies are made. Want it all in the palm of your hand? Make sure you scan the QR code now and download the free WNBL app for live stats, scores, highlights, and exclusive player stories. So we just have a little bit of a break in the game here as we get the floor cleaned up. I'm not sure about the music playing on the PA system. Rach and Beck. Oh, yeah. Maybe we could have played a little bit more of a energetic kind of vibe to it. Nonetheless,
it was thinking music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to maybe break the tension, because we're all feeling it at the moment. Annalie Maley at the line. 2 from 2. She's up to 13 points and 24 in game 1 on Saturday. Also on double-double watch, she's got the 6 rebounds.
And again, they've just, I think it came off Georgia Booth's foot, so Perth have forced them again into a turnover off that press. Something that Bendigo really need to be mindful of. The game's in an interesting position now. They need to look after the ball.
Let's say courtside to Kelsey. Kels, what's the vibe like at Red Energy Arena at the moment?
Well, Rach, you touched on exactly what I was about to say. It is tight in here. It feels like the Bendigo Spirit crowd have really tightened up with their team on the court as well. This is danger period for the Spirit. They need to find a way to score at the moment. I'm saying the obvious, but it feels so dead tight in here. I really want to see Bendigo Spirit. There's one from Isabel Borlase. Bendigo Spirit find some energy and bring it themselves.
Thanks, Kels. And Perth got out to a game-high 10-point lead before that bucket to the MVP Borlase. So Perth have lifted an extra gear. Bendigo need to respond. Graham makes a move against Pollard, couldn't get the finish. So this is the start of a little bit of a run-on here to the Spirit. Borlase looking to get herself involved. She swings it out to Pollard. Now they go to Werung, the specialist. 3-point shooter knocks one down.
So important that Werrung is hitting those shots and releasing it with confidence.
And it's forced a pay-wise timeout, the second one of this second quarter with just over 2 minutes on the clock. Perth got out to a 10-point lead. Now Bendigo have closed to within 5. Now you can feel the energy lifting a little bit, Rachel Beck.
Yeah, and it just comes, you know, with that ball movement. They look so much better when the ball's zipping around the court and they're moving with it. I don't think Bendigo can afford to get bogged down in the quarter court because they can lose a little bit of their offensive structure. They don't move as well. But we see there, they had a great extra pass to Abby Werrung, wide open. She's got to knock that down 7 times out of 10.
Beck, Izzy Boulay just a 6 points so far. Do you think she needs to try and get herself more involved, or is she doing that? She just can't quite finish off a good work.
I think she's not forcing her shots. I think she's taken what is being given to her. She's MVP, so the scout is Izzy Boulay, and they're all over her like a rash all game. But for me, if Bendigo can maybe get her some looks out of executed offense rather than her just standing, having the ball, trying to go 1-on-3, then that would be the case. But right now, she's doing a good job, and I just think she needs to take her moments when it's there for her.
Shooting at 30% from the field, Izzy Boulay, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists as we head courtside to Kelsey Brown.
Annalie Maley has 15 points, and it's no surprises that Ryan Petrick wants to go back to her on this offensive play here. It's all about Annalie and Hanju for the end of this quarter. That's where they want to go offensively. He wasn't too concerned about the defensive effort from the Perth Lynx at the moment.
Here's Ali Wilson. Wanted to go over the top to shoot. Kelsey Griffin standing in the way. It's won by Georgia Booth. And the foul is called. That's some good defensive hustle from the Spirit.
And it is. The Spirit need to get stops. The Perth Lynx were averaging over 100 points in their last 3 games heading into game 1. And in game 1, they got 86 points. I think the Spirit need to hold Perth to that mid-70s range, because on the other hand, Bendigo Spirit were averaging 70 points in their last 3 games coming into the finals and got 76 in game 1.
Absolutely. It tells a story, doesn't it? But, you know, the effort from Kelsey Griffin on that possession. Hanshu had the ball. She was up and in, wouldn't let her have an easy pass out of it. She came in, switched on to Ali Wilson, had those big hands so the pass couldn't go over to Hanshu, got the steal. And you know, that's just the all heart, all effort from her, and she's just going to try and will her team back into this game.
There's only one player out on the court today who won't die wondering. It's Kelsey Griffin.
Absolutely. Heard this music, Jeff?
It's a bit better, isn't it? Is it finals basketball or is it not? Good to see. Coach Ryan Petrick has got a smile on his face. He's enjoying the vibes as well. Perth 41, Bendigo 36. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Boulays. It's blocked by Shu, wins it back. Now gives it to Pollard. Oh, steps around Shu. That was crafty. Then off the left, just couldn't quite get the results. That's off Perth, and it'll remain with Bendigo. Might have come off Annalie Maley's head. So take another look at this. Gutsy from Pollard. Boulays over the top to Booth, makes it count.
Great vision and pass, but what just a touch shot by Booth. She knew she couldn't land, she had to get it off as quick as
Ball's player on the court.
Yeah.
Perth got out to a 10-point lead during this second quarter. Bendigo have clawed their way back. Margin sits at 3. Final minute, Shibatoni. That was tough work. She got it done.
Again, just the cool, calm, collected customer that she is. Bully balls the guard down into her mid-range. She's been doing it all season.
Boulays takes a couple of backward steps. Now gives it off to Pollard. Into the corner for Werrung. Back out to Pollard. Shot clock down to 4. Now to Werrung outside the arc. Comes up a little short. Booth with the O-board. Wrestles with Maley. Jump ball.
And again, 2 players with heart and hustle.
This is what the fans have come to see tonight. All heart and soul. timeout on the floor. Perth 43, Bendigo 38. As we enter a third paywise timeout of the second quarter. 40 seconds left. Kelsey Griffin, the leading scorer for Bendigo with 12. Boulais on the 6. Annalie Maley, the 15 points for Perth. Han Shu, the 12. Maley also with the 7 rebounds. On her way towards a 7th consecutive double-double is Annalie Maley. What's important in this last 40 seconds, Beck?
Right now, you need a defensive stop. I'm guessing they're going to take probably the 15 seconds to shoot and then use the remaining of the clock that you have to execute a good offense. Look after the ball. Get the ball to the player that you want taking that final shot so you have good momentum and good confidence heading into halftime.
Plenty of energy being shown. Bendigo Spirit huddle as they come out of this timeout. 21-year-old MVP Isabel Boulais. What an amazing season she has had. Is there one more game left for her and her Bendigo Spirit? His Booth to restart play, handing it off to Werrong. Now they find Boulais. Thought about it. Decides to take a few more seconds before she makes a move. Kelsey Griffin wide open for 3, can't get it done. And the rebound to Annalie Maley.
Kennedy would have had that timeout to run an offensive baseline out of play. And what chess match do we see? Ryan make the girls come out in his zone and ruin all of Kennedy's plans.
Absolutely. Boulais on the buzzer. It's no good. And that marks the end of an entertaining opening half in Game 2 of the semi-final series between the Bendigo Spirit and the Perth Lynx. And after Bendigo led by a point at quarter time, Perth have returned serve here in the second. They lead 43-38 at the main break. Maley, what a strong first half for her. 15 points. Han Shu with the 12 as we head courtside to Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, here with Amy Atwell. Amy, you really got some separation in the early part of that second quarter, but they found their way back in. What changed?
Oh, I mean, they're a good team. We're gonna have our runs. They're gonna have their runs. It's about who can make theirs last the longest and sustain the others. So they're a good team. We always knew that was gonna happen.
We know the rebounding count is a really big one for you guys and for the Bendigo Spirit. It currently sits 27-23 their way. What do you need to change in that second half?
Oh, it's just heart and energy. I mean, the rebound count goes a long way to winning games, and that was kind of our biggest talking point out of game 1. So yeah, we just need to get the rebounds more.
No doubt Ryan will have that to say at halftime. All the best.
Thank you.
Thanks to Amy Atwell. Halftime here at Red Energy Arena. It is Perth by 5. Our WNBL champions will analyse the first half after the break. Stay with us.
That's just us.
Halftime game 2 of the semi-final series between Bendigo and Perth at Red Energy Arena. And after Bendigo led at quarter time, Perth have flipped the script in the second quarter. They scored 23 points to 17 to take a 5-point advantage into the main break. Jess Webster with you alongside our WNBL champions Beck Cole and Rachel Jarry. Rach and Beck, as we take a look at the first half, not much separating the sides statistically. Bendigo, you feel though, they're generating their shots, they're just not finishing off their good work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said during the first half, I feel like they're playing a little bit for the ref's whistle, and they just need to take their time, be poised, go up strong to the rim, and just finish through contact, and then they'll get the calls that way. But it does feel like they're just leaving a few out there, and Perth coming down the other end, they were able to, hit a few more shots, and that's why they got that lead going in that second quarter.
Beck, this game probably hasn't reached the energetic heights that we had of game 1. Is a little bit of an arm wrestle in the first half?
Oh, it sure has been, and it's giving similar vibes to what we had in game 1 of each team having runs. And I think we see there a big one, Bendigo Spirit winning the rebound count yet again, 28-24 with 13 offensive rebounds. But as we see, Perth Lynx at 47% with a field goal percentage compared to Bendigo's 34. So like Rach said, it's just capitalising on your offense, because we've had 44 shot attempts so far in this game.
Rach, one of the matchups that we were looking forward to watching all semi-final series is that of Kelsey Griffin and Annalie Maley, and they are the two top scorers of their respective sides to half-time. Griffin with the 12 points for Bendigo, Maley with the 15 as well for Perth. A couple of timely triples to Maley really got the match back on Perth's terms.
Absolutely, and you wouldn't expect anything less from these two competitive beasts out there, but they have come to play, and both are making shots at both ends of the court, getting those rebounds. We see there we're already on double-double watch for both of them, as we have been all season. So they are bringing it, and they just need a few of their teammates to go with them.
Cannot wait to see this battle unfold in the second half, Beck. But let's take a look at Han Shu's evening so far. She has been so important, as we know, to Perth all season, but she's giving us a taste of what she can produce in finals, and it's pretty amazing as well.
She sure has, and I really like seeing her get on the boards. She has 5 of them right now, but look at all those green dots inside. She's going to work inside the paint on the pick and roll with Ali Wilson. She's rolling, making a really big target. And once she starts being so successful, now she draws attention from Bendigo defenders. And now the Perth shooters, they're going to be up and ready for those 3-point shots.
So what a huge second half we have to come. Is it season over for the defending champions? Will Perth make their 3rd championship series in 5 years, or will Bendigo take it to game 3? We'll have to wait and find out. Stay with us. The third quarter is coming up next.
Want some more? I'm up in my zone, touching the sky, feeling the flow, and I love it. And I love it. Everybody know about it.
back to Tuesday Night Hoops in the WNBL. We're here at Red Energy Arena and the Perth Lynx lead the Bendigo Spirit by 5 at the major break. I found a couple of superstars in the crowd, Shimona Nelson and Molly Jovic from the Melbourne Mavericks. And Shim, I'll start with you. You guys kick off your season March 14th here at Red Energy Arena. You're excited to come and play in this crowd and in front of this arena?
Oh, most definitely I am. It feels like a bit of home away from home. So to have our first away game in Bendigo, I'll probably be looking forward to it. A bit more packed crowd. I know it's going to be loud, but I'll be looking forward to that.
We absolutely love having you guys here. Netballers supporting basketballers. Molly, you know how important it is for women's sport to be built up in regional areas. It's great for you to be out here. You're loving the game so far?
Loving it. And yeah, SEN's done an amazing job and yeah, loving the women's sport.
So SEN support you guys. They support Perth Lynx and the Bendigo Spirit. So you kind of like sister clubs. Do you have a winner for tonight's game? Who's going to come out on top?
Oh, I think it's a little tricky. I think probably I might be biased on the side to say basketball might be the winner. So SEN will probably be very happy with whoever wins tonight. So I say basketball is winner. Don't kill me for that.
Molly, do you have a tip?
Yeah, I think Bendigo will get up.
Oh, we love it. We love having the Melbourne Mavericks here. If you want to tune in March 14th, you can watch their game right here at Red Energy Arena.
And it's so good to see the Mavericks ladies here supporting the WNBL. They would lift at actually the same place as the Southside Melbourne Flyers, so we got some crossovers. They were in their pre-season, and it's great to connect with other female athletes. And as I said, to see them supporting two great caliber teams is super exciting to watch.
So third quarter underway here, game 2 of the semi-final. Perth have the 5-point lead at the major break. Hanshu with a strong first half, 12 points. This time handing it off to Wilson. Now they go to Chibatoni. Works away inside, trying to spin around Borlase, just couldn't get the finish. Griffin with the rebound. She's in double-double watch, hands it up to Borlase, running downhill off the left. That was extraordinary from the MVP.
That was beautiful, and that's something, you know, Beck, you talked about in the pre-game is the fast break game of both of these teams, and we haven't seen a lot of that in the first half, so I'm expecting the game to break open a little bit in this second half.
Mei Lee responds at the other end.
And we see in the first half, Hanshu was dominating. Now the Bendigo Spirit are sending another player, double teaming Hanshu, and that's where Mei Lee got wide open. So they need to make sure, yes, you sent a double, but get rotation.
Borlase gets fouled. She's off to the line for a couple of free throws. Hasn't she started an ominous form to start this third quarter as we take another look? That sweet move, poetry in motion from Borlase a couple of moments ago.
And the third quarter is where it started to get a bit tricky and hard for the Bendigo Spirit. So they were 3 of 21 at 14% from the field in the third quarter last game, compared to 11 from 5 at 45.5% for Perth.
A strong start to this third quarter to the defending champions, fighting to keep their semi-finals alive, and the WNBL26 finals has certainly come alive. It all comes down to this 4 teams, 1 trophy. Do not miss a game of the finals action to see if your team comes out on top. Perth by 3. Shu makes a move. It's no good. Borlase works away inside, gets around Atwell and gets the bucket.
Keep attacking Borlase. Your team needs you to do that and force those guards to have to defend you.
12 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists now for Borlase. As Wilson cops the contact.
And that might be Borlase's, I think it is her 3rd foul, so that is a huge foul in the context of this game.
Certainly is race. They cannot afford to lose. Izzy Borlase. Let's head courtside to Kels.
Yes, Izzy Borlase clocks up her 3rd foul and looks straight at Kennedy Kariyama, and he turns to his bench. They contemplate it for a little bit, but they're going to leave her out there. They trust her with these 3 fouls.
All right, thanks, Kels. Here goes McConnell off to Reese. Perth by 2, early stages, third quarter. Reese Steps around Atwell, works away inside. Gets the O-board, just not on the second attempt, and the rebound falls to shoot.
And they're the bunnies we've been talking about, Rach, from game one and in the first half. You did a great job on the O-boards. Reward yourself with the easy layup.
Shooting at 35% from the field so far tonight, Bendigo, and it generated 48 shots. Boulays goes herself from deep, knocks it down.
She's feeling it now. Smart move to leave her out there. I think absolutely in Isabel Boulays we trust, and she can stay out there for the rest of the game. No more fouls.
Offensive foul. Bendigo have whiffed it here in the third.
And that is Han Shu's third foul. So again, Ryan Petrick, do you leave her in here?
Here it is on the Amy replay. Izzy Boulays with a big triple.
Boulays is in her bag right now, Rach.
She's in there.
So what a start to this third quarter. Bendigo trailed by 5 points at the main break. Boulays goes herself again. 17 points and counting. Bendigo now by 3. All of a sudden, questions being asked of the Lynx. Atwell to return fire. It's no good. Goes out of play. It'll stay with Perth.
And it's plays like that where you see Annalie Maley was the only Perth player going after that rebound. And although she didn't get it, she forced it to be tapped out of bounds, and they get another opportunity here at the offensive end.
Well, off the glass. That was beautiful work.
It was a huge finish. Kelsey Griffin did the right thing coming over to help her teammate. Just better offense.
1 point ball game. Reese to Werrung. Over to McConnell. Wants to take on Atwell. Throws it up on the right. Gets the O-board. Hands it off to Reese, who can't finish off the work, but gets the O-board. Still misfires.
And again, Meg McConnell with a great board, great extra pass, but that was 3 layups missed just then. They're doing the right thing.
Atwell keeps it alive to Maley. Into the corner to Wilson. But it's a Bendigo ball.
Oh, Maley was wide open. She should have let that fly, but you know, Becky mentioned the missed layups. A finals game like this, it's so close. It can come down to just little moments, little missed layups, a foot out of bounds on the sideline. You just don't want to get to the end of the game and wish you had those moments back.
You don't want to get to the end of this season.
Yeah.
Which is potentially the case of Bendigo tonight. Booth, that was lovely teamwork.
That's the bestie telepathy back in action. Booth has been great in the last 2 games, cutting off the ball.
Shu up against Reese. It gets the roll.
And that's a great move from Shu. She doesn't allow time for the double to come when she puts the ball, goes straight to the rack.
McConnell to Reese, back to McConnell. Can't make the layup again.
And Shu has just been so dominant inside the paint tonight.
Maley out to Wilson from long range. Oh, that hurts. Scores a level again.
And Wilson's been quiet tonight for her standards at 6 points, but she did it in the 4th quarter, Jess, last game, where she went triple after triple. So to see that one drop, you get nervous.
Stand up in big moments, Ali Wilson.
And again, you just felt like Bendigo were getting on top, and then Perth come down. They've got weapons all over the floor and just hit a big 3 in your face.
Perth 53, Bendigo 51. Werrung to McConnell, works the baseline, hands it off to Reese. Up against Morris. Head to the line. Done some good things in this final as Kelsey Reese. 5 points, 5 rebounds. Turned 24 in game 1 on Saturday. It's a silent hush falls over the crowd at Red Energy Arena. She makes the Kariyama having a few words to Casey Samuels. Reese draws, scores, level. Samuels checks into the game. And Reese checks out. Just over 4 minutes to play in the third. Who's going to make their move? Maley to Wilson from deep. No good. The rebound to Borlase and she takes off. Hands it to Abby Werung. Back to Samuels from downtown. Bounces off the rim. Falls to Werung. Keeps it alive for the Spirit. Back to Samuels. Now to Pollard, who fires. Can't get it done. Another O-ball to Booth. Shares it with Pollard. Back to Werung. Dominated the O-boards tonight. Here's Samuels. Wide open. Gets it done.
And get 18 offensive rebounds. And that's the right call. Morris just elbowed Samuels right in the face. But we know that's what Samuels is on for. She is a defensive disruptor and Morris just runs straight into her.
She said, I got 5 fouls, I'll just use one here.
Perth by 5 at halftime. Bendigo have turned the tables here in the third. Borlase makes a move up against Maley. The two best teams, two players rather, in the competition in that little mini battle. Maley down the other end, running downhill. She gets fouled. Off to the line for 2 free throws as we head courtside to Kelsey.
The referees have a lot on their hands at the moment. I need to give a little shout out to Shannon Jennings. She's our crew chief at the moment and she's reffing her 50th WNBL game tonight. So a little shout out to Shannon. Plenty happening on the floor, but I want to talk about Bendigo Spirit's third quarter. This had been their Achilles heel in games past. We know Sean Redditch had touched on it in game 1. They are currently leading this quarter 18-10. So a massive turnaround in third quarters for the Bendigo Spirit.
Thanks, Kels. Maley up to 18 points. Kennedy Kariyama having a chat to Kelsey Griffin, sitting on the bench. Maley 2 from 2. Another double-double for her tonight. Her 7th consecutive double-double. She's got 19 points, 10 rebounds.
And Perth are on 14 fouls. So if Spirit can attack and force the refs to call fouls. But Pollard, that was tough move against a few players on her inside the paint.
Bendigo by 3 with 3 to play here in the third. Atwell finds a way through the traffic and gets the bucket. Steadies the ship for the Lynx. Here goes Borlase up against Hanshu. Searching for some support. Swings it back to Samuels. Now fights her way to the rack, gets the contact on the way through.
And great attack by Samuels. She saw she had a like-to-like play with Graham there. Strong to the basket.
And Shu had been mismatched out to Borlase, so she can't help inside. There's not that inside presence. So, you know, yes, Borlase can attack that mismatch, but if Hanshu's sucked out to the outside trying to stop her from getting the ball, then everyone else is going to have a lane without 6'11" in your face trying to block you.
Kelsey Griffin looks ready to come back out onto the floor. Casey Samuels played the first 2 matches, then had a foot injury for the entire season. 0 from 2 here at the line. She made her return in the game 1 of the semi-final on Saturday. Had special exemption to play in the finals, given she missed so much of the season with that foot injury. Shu, a couple of attempts, no good. Gets it done on the third.
And again, they forced a mismatch in that pick and roll, and Shu's too good and too tall.
Yeah.
Bendigo definitely need to lock down.
Borlase comes backwards to Samuel, swings it across to Werung from long range. Bounces off the rim.
In the last couple of plays, Bendigo just feel a little stagnant, Rach, all sort of watching each other.
Oh, and when Perth do that at the other end, it really hurts.
Well, and Atwell's been so good at penetrating in this game. You almost forget what she's known for, so you just give her a little bit of space. She doesn't need much.
Lay's trying to find her way through. Off to Booth. It's a foul. This is a look at Amy Atwell. Tough shot. She makes it look easy. Perth by 4. They led by 5 at halftime. Georgia Booth makes the first. 41% free throw shooter this season. No worries at the line here. Let's cut the margin to 2 with 90 seconds to play in the third. Graham over the top to Shu. Up against Griffin. Shu can't get the finish. Griffin gets the rebound. Off to a running Bourlaise. Goes all the way down the other end herself and gets a much-needed bucket to draw scores level.
That's when they're at their best, isn't it, Beck? They get that gang team rebound down the other end. Bourlaise does what she does best.
She's a steam train, Rach. No one can stop her.
Can't stop her.
Atwell defended by Griffin, now to shoot. And it gets the roll in.
That was a tough finish there. Through contact, made that look easy.
It's tightening up here at Red Energy Arena. Bourlaise up to the 19 points. Can't add to a tally here. It's going to be a Perth ball. 29 seconds on the clock. Bourlaise in 19 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Because we see a triple-double by the 21-year-old MVP in a debut final series?
Probably. Wouldn't put it past her with the season she's having.
Exactly. Of course, only one player's got a triple-double this season. It was Annalee Maley. Chibatoni with ball in hand as the seconds tick down to three-quarter time. Works her way inside, and Griffin forces the turnover.
Big stop for Bendigo Spirit. You hear the Bendigo bench, you hear the fans. They have 8.5 seconds. It's a lot of time, Rach, to go down the other end and score.
Absolutely, and just so smart from Griffin there, getting her hand in.
5 seconds. Bourlaise over ahead to Griffin on the buzzer. Oh, nearly. But we have set ourselves up for a grandstand finish to Game 2 of the semi-final series. The defending champions fighting to keep their season alive. They trailed the Perth Lynx by 2 points at three-quarter time. What a huge final quarter we've come. Stick around. We've got it on the other side of the break. Well, it all comes down to this. One final quarter for the defending champions to take this semi-final series to Game 3, or for Perth to qualify for their third championship series in 5 years. At three-quarter time at the Red Energy Arena, it is the Lynx with a 2-point lead over the Spirit. Jess Webster with you alongside WNBL champions Beck Cole and Rachel Jarry as we head courtside to our reporter Kelsey Brown.
Well, it was a calm and consistent Kennedy Kerryama. He has no qualms about this final quarter being the biggest of the season for Bendigo Spirit. It was all about the offensive end. He wants them to get downhill and attack the paint and draw Hanju outside of the flares action. He doesn't want her involved. Kelsey Griffin goes big but can't connect. But it's all about them in this final quarter. They don't want to worry about Perth Lynx. They want to worry about themselves.
Thanks so much, Kels. Looking forward to what's in store in this final quarter. Shoe wide open for three. Drains it! Steps up to the plate, does Hanju.
Hanju has been phenomenal
She has been
today's
big time.
game.
21 points for Hanju and 10 rebounds. Gives Perth a little bit of breathing room to start the last. Their lead is 5. Blaze has once again been amazing for the Spirit. That rolls out. Wilson hands it off to Maley. Also had a productive night, 19 points. Wilson back to Maley. She's wide open. Can't get it done. The rebound to Reese. What's important in this final quarter for Bendigo, Beck?
For me, I agree with what Coach Kennedy said at fourth quarter time, where they have to remain confident and they have to make sure that they execute. Don't worry about Perth, worry about us. But for me, right now, they're doing a pretty good job on defense, but you need to know where Hanju is at all times, and at the offensive end, finish your layups. Don't just wait for Griffin and Ball Ace now to do everything. It needs to be a team game. You need to have ball movement.
Ball Ace at the line for 2. She makes the first and takes her tally to 20 points in the process. Makes them both count. Wilson is no good. The rebound to Borlays. We're on triple-double watch. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for Borlays. Hands it to Reese. She misfires. Maley takes it down the floor. Now to Wilson. Shoot. Oh, a little fumble. The pressure is on the Lynx. Shoe steadies. Doesn't get the roll she was after. Griffin hands it off to Werrung. Now to Reese. Wants to give it to the MVP. From mid-range 2 is good.
And Bendigo need to concentrate on getting a good shot every single possession. A couple of possessions in this quarter so far, they've sort of settled for a 3-point shot. I think they can get better than that, going downhill, getting it inside, outside, then finding a shooter.
And we know the Spirit aren't going to go away. Perth allowed Bendigo to go on a late 9-0 run in the fourth, cutting a 15-point lead to 6. Right now it's only 1 point, so we know Bendigo will give it their all. But Kelsey Griffin, boy oh boy, has she been good on the defensive end today. Getting her hands in everywhere, plugging in holes. She's a vet and she's so experienced, Rach.
Absolutely, she's Mrs. Fix-It, just gets out there, fixes the problem.
Shu adds to her tally, a timely bucket for the Chinese superstar. 23 points to Han Shu today, plus 11 rebounds.
And at 55%.
It's unreal.
Her, Maley and Atwell, all at Maley 50, Shu and Atwell 55.
Borlays misfires, another rebound to Shu. Perth holding on to a 1-point lead. Shivatoni hands it off to Maley, runs into Borlay's offensive foul. High stakes stuff from Izzy Borlage because she's on 3 personals.
She had to get that perfect, and she read Annalie Maley there like a book, got her body in front. Great defensive possession.
Ryan Petrick watches on. So close to another championship series. Kennedy Kariyama, coach of the year. Watching on his side. Tries to take this series to game 3. Ball lays into the corner for Griffin. Can't get it done. The rebound to Maley. Had a few opportunities so far in the last quarter here, Bendigo. They've left a few out there. Maley. Oh, almost dropped in. Possession back to Bendigo. You need a steadying bucket here. Can Pollard provide it? Up against Atwell. No, she can't. Shu rips it away and gives it to Maley. 6 minutes to go in game 2 of the semi-final. Shu up against Griffin. No good. Pollard wanted to go back to Borlase. It's come off someone's foot. Gives us a chance to take a little break. It has been tense all night in Red Energy Arena. I get the feeling it's only going to get worse in these last 5 and a bit minutes.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking, Rach?
Well, you know, it's interesting, the style of play from both teams tonight. Bendigo have already attempted 31 three-pointers, and Perth have only attempted 16, which is not something we're accustomed to with Perth. But we can see why Pollard is going to attempt a three-pointer when she makes it like that. But, you know, I think Perth have been really insistent about getting the ball inside through pass and dribble penetration, and I think that's really worked for them. It's something different they haven't gone to all season.
Chipatoni steps away through a timely bucket for Perth. Five minutes to go. Werong off to Borlase. Continues to battle it out there for the Spirit. Possession will stay with Bendigo. So take a look at another triple from Pollard. We're heading to a pay-wise timeout here in the last quarter. 5 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Perth 67, Bendigo 66. So corrections on the score. Perth 71, Bendigo 69. So it is the Lynx by 2 points with just over 5 minutes on the clock.
It's not on. Molly flashes high post, and then we've got our high post touch, high low or dribble drag action.
How do you see this contest playing out from here, Beck?
At the moment, it's anyone's game. It's who can look after the ball and execute the game plan right now. And this is where does Perth experience in the so many finals games that they've had under their belt come to play? Or does Bendigo get it done because they know it's do or die?
Perth by 2 points as we exit a timeout here in the last quarter. Jess Webster with you alongside Beck Cole, Rachel, Jarry and Kelsey Brown, who's courtside for us. Kelsey, around the Bendigo huddle at that last timeout. Coach Kennedy Kariyama looked animated as Borlase fires for three in the corner.
Yes, and another offensive foul called on the Bendigo Spirit. So plenty happening, but Kennedy Kariyama, he set that up. So he knew that Brian Petrick was going to run a zone there. He set up the play perfectly. It wasn't executed, but he's happy with what they're doing on the offensive end. He just wanted to call that timeout to get a little bit of calmness in the group. There's 5 minutes left to play. Maybe their season on the line. He knows that this is big, but he wants them to remain calm.
Yamaya Morris gets her second bucket of the night and gives Perth a little bit of breathing room.
That was really poised by Morris. Didn't phase her there. Big bucket for her.
Perth's leaders 4. Ball lays over the top to Griffin from downtown. KG 23. Bullseye.
We were just waiting for to hit her next 3. She had a couple attempts early in the quarter that didn't drop, but we know she can hit them.
Perth by 1, down to 4 minutes. Atwell under pressure. Can't get it done. Griffin cleans it up. McConnell out to Wareham. Will she pull the trigger? Skirts the perimeter, decides to fire it off to Pollard, who hit a big three-pointer a couple of moments ago. Misfires here. Tension and intensity building at Red Energy Arena. Is there 3.5 minutes left in Bendigo season, or are we going to a game 3? It was well done by Chippertoni.
Always when her team needs it the most, Alex Chippertoni always comes up with the goods.
Meg McConnell hasn't hit the scoreboard tonight. She's done some nice things to set up her teammates. Here she goes, driving to the rack. Can't get the roll.
And KG was wide open on the three-point line, and they just missed her. She just made one. Would have liked to see them get the ball to her.
Wilson, this is where she stands up in big moments. Not on this occasion. Another rebound to Griffin. They stay alive, Bendigo. But they've got to make it count at their offensive end. 2.5 to play. Wilson up against Morris and gets fouled. Let's take a look on the Amy replay and Kelsey Griffin's three-pointer from a couple of moments ago.
And you could see just a bit of miscommunication on that play between Ball Ace and Griffin, and Morris was just too late to Griffin on that three-point shot attempt.
Massive free throws in the context of the semi-final. She makes the first, KG. 66% free throw shooter in WNBL26. 1 from 2. Perth by 2. Ali Wilson to Maley. She's open for 3. She pulls the trigger. Goes down.
Oh, and that hurts.
She had an eternity to think about that one.
Silences the crowd here at Red Energy Arena as we take another look. She's pretty pumped up about it too, Annalie Maley.
That is a huge 3 in the grand scheme of things right now. That was a huge shot.
It's 5 points the difference with 2 minutes to go on the clock. We've been saying it all night, but it is now or never for Bendigo. Chippertoni fouls. Rach, is it a matter for Perth just to remain calm here?
Yeah, they don't need to do anything silly. They're in the bonus now, so if they foul again, Bendigo are going to go to the free throw line, whereas Bendigo have only got 1 foul. They can get up and in now on defense and really pressure them. So Perth just need to take it 1 possession at a time, look after the ball, get good shots.
There's a foul there right on cue. How nervous would you be if you coach Kennedy Kerryama watching on the sidelines, Beck? Shu has Griffin for company. What a performance from Kelsey Griffin. 16 points, 14 rebounds tonight. 4 blocks as well to Kelsey Griffin. But her side trails by 5 points. Just over a minute 30 left. Maley puts it up. Huge rebound to win, and it comes away of KG23, number 15 for her tonight. Bourlet steps away through, she loses it. Another opportunity gone begging for Bendigo.
Bendigo just looking a little tired now, Rach. They've given it their all for 40 minutes. Both ends of the floor.
Shoot!
3 seconds.
Oh, it's a turnover.
Big defensive play by Griffin. Hands on her hips. They're tired.
They're leaving it all out there at the moment. And we're heading to a pay-wise timeout in this last quarter. 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Perth 78, Bendigo 73. All right, Beck, put your Coach Kennedy Kerryama hat on. What are you saying at this timeout?
Oh, thank God that's why I'm a player, Jess. I wouldn't want that on my shoulders, but they need quick stops right now. So whether, like you said, Rach, if you need a foul at a certain time, do it. You've got it. But you need stops. You need to make sure you're rebounding. No offensive rebounds. And down the other end, you don't need to necessarily win it in one play phase right now, but you need a bit quicker offense, but it needs to be the right shots. Don't take 1 on 3. If you draw players, find your open shooters, but do not be stagnant. And for me, Rach, get the ball in either Bourlet's or Griffin's hands.
Yeah, and even better, let's get some pick and rolls between Bourlet and Griffin. It's working. They're either doubling Bourlet's and Griffin's left wide open, or Bourlet's is getting downhill.
And Rach, if you're Ryan Petrick, what are you saying?
Well, he's just got to defend without fouling. Again, they don't have to do any, they're in the box seat in this situation. They just need to defend straight up, defend without fouling, try and force Bendigo into some tough shots like they've been doing, and then just go down the other end and continue to attack inside. Again, they don't need to shoot quickly. They can take their time on the offensive end.
So here we go. What have we got? 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Bourlet gives it off to Werra. Now they go to the MVP. She goes for it from outside the arc. It is no good. All Perth need to do here is steady. Bourlet's fouls. Takes her to 4 personals. Oh, that triple would have been huge if Bourlet's converted.
It would have, and it was the right shot. She was wide open. That's the offense Kennedy drew up. Just unfortunately, it's not Bendigo's night at the office with the 3-point line, shooting at 26%.
I mean, what a performance from Bourlet, though. 23 points, 8 rebounds and 8 assists, but it's Han Shu who has made a massive impact in this semi-final. And we're heading to another pay-wise timeout here in this last quarter, 41 seconds left. Han Shu has been just about unstoppable. 25 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks. Extraordinary.
It sure is, but that is what makes the Perth side so good. For Shu speaking, she was pretty sort of quiet in game 1, but then she comes out tonight. Her team needs her, and she's dominating inside the paint. She's hit a couple of triples and 4 blocks as well. So she's doing it not only on the offensive end, but also on defense, clogging up that paint.
And I really love that Perth have clearly come into this game, making it a focus to get it inside to her, work off her, see what they can get from Han Shu inside. And it's worked an absolute treat tonight. Bendigo have found it so tough to stop her. And, you know, we see on this play, just on the move, reading the defense, just such smart basketball.
WNBL's Defensive Player of the Year, getting it done at both ends tonight, Han Shu. They're 41 seconds away, Perth, from qualifying for the championship series for the 3rd time in 5 years. They lead by 7, 80 plays 73. Shu with the 25 points. Maley with the 22 and 14. That's her 7th consecutive double-double. Atwell also the other player in double figures with 14. 23 points to Bourlet, as we mentioned. 16 to Kelsey Griffin. Those two have led from the front for the Spirit tonight. Everything needs to go right for Bendigo now. It's in the hands of Borlase. 30 seconds to play. Gives it to Griffin. Shot clock's ticking down for Griffin up against Wilson. She gets the foul.
And again, good executed play from Bendigo. They got that mismatch. Shu on Borlase, she spaced. Griffin on the smaller guard in Wilson, and again, being aggressive and has got herself to the line.
She's done just about everything, Kelsey Griffin, to keep her side alive in this semi-final. Another timeout on the floor. Perth 80, Bendigo 75, 28 seconds. As we enter another pay-wise timeout. And the tensions continue to rise here at Red Energy Arena. Kelsey Griffin, 18 points, 15 rebounds, 4 blocks, as we mentioned, has been enormous. Can they do it from here, Rach and Beck?
Look, you can never say never. There's still plenty of time, but Bendigo are going to have to shorten this game, and they're going to have to get quick fouls, or maybe they're sitting on 4. We just had a little update there, possibly. So they're 1 foul away from sending Perth to the free throw line, which is good. So they can get that. They can shorten the game, get it back down the offensive end. But unfortunately, Perth have some pretty good foul shooters, so they're going to have to choose wisely.
Thanks to the pay-wise timeout.
Coach Kennedy Kariyama's still got a smile on his face.
And there is enough time. It's a 2-possession ball game right now, but you said it, Rach. You need quick stops. Yeah. 28 seconds. It's a lot of time, but it's also not a lot of time.
Chibatoni to restart play. Hands it off to Atwell. Bendigo desperately defending here. Borlase crashes into Chibatoni. And that might be Borlase's 5th foul.
And it's been a physical game. We saw she was going for the steal. That's exactly what they needed, but unfortunately, we saw her topple over Chibba, and she'll be off the floor right now, fouled out. But what an amazing game that young lady has had there today. The 23 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. She has to be super proud of what she has given the Bendigo Spirit in today's game.
And she had to go for it on that last play.
And all season, and 8 assists is her career high. So it just goes to show 7 in game 1, 8 in game 2. She came out, really tried to take control of her team and distribute the ball.
So Borlase has given it everything. Werong can't get a late bucket here. It falls to shoot. Maley back to Chibatoni. The final few seconds here at Red Energy Arena. Chibatoni is protecting that game ball with everything. Hands it off to Shu. It's fitting she ends with a game ball in her hands as Perth Lynx qualify for the championship series in WNBL26. They win the semi-finals. 81-75 over the defending champions, the Bendigo Spirit, whose season ends tonight.
And Perth will be so happy that they got that done, and 2 more time to rest heading into that grand final series. They lost in the semi-final last season, so they're glad that they've done one better, but they know the job is not done yet.
3rd championship series in 5 years for this Perth Lynx outfit. Led by Han Shu tonight, the 25 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks for Han Shu. Annalie Maley as well, another double-double for her, the 22 points, 14 rebounds.
And I know it's all about Perth Lynx right now, but we see how excited the girls are to get it. But like we said, it's business end of the season. They know they need to recover, lock in. They'll find out tomorrow night who they're versing. But also big congratulations to the Bendigo Spirit and what they've done. Izzy Borlace, what a season. Griffin, just an absolute leader. And what Coach Kennedy has done with that young team. They have to be so proud of what they've put on the table this season.
Absolutely. You know, they've been one of the joys to watch, I think, this season. They've exceeded expectations for me throughout. They've had such a young team. They've had players in and out, and to see the growth of those young stars who have come in and played really vital roles has been great to watch.
Let's head courtside to Kelsey Brown, who is with our player of the match, Han Shu.
Absolutely, she is our player of the match. Han, 25 points for you, a massive game. But let me ask you, you're through to a championship series with the Perth Lynx. Were you expecting this when you joined the team halfway through the season?
This season is amazing for me. Everybody is friendly, and we work hard, and we play together. And this trip, this league, I come this year is amazing. Yeah.
We love having you here. That win, how special is that one to do it with this group and go on to bigger and better things next week?
You see what's important for next game? What's the question? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. How special was that game for you?
Okay. Yeah, this game is very special, especially today is Chinese New Year, you know, and I believe a lot of Chinese fans and a lot, all the fans are watching this game, so this is a gift for them. Yeah.
I want to ask you about Chinese New Year. How are you celebrating it? Are you doing anything with the girls?
I'm sorry, I did nothing because I want to focus the game. I just FaceTime for my family and focus for the game. If I have a championship, it's for me the New Year.
Can you wish them Happy New Year in Chinese to us down the camera?
Yeah, of course. Happy Chinese New Year, 新年快乐，祝大家马年大吉，万事如意，谢谢。Okay.
Han Shu, we absolutely love having you in this league. Congratulations on that win and go and enjoy this one.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much to Han Shu. Happy Chinese Year to everyone out there as well. What a fabulous performance from the Chinese superstar tonight, guiding her side to a championship series berth. 25 points, 14 rebounds. What an incredible acquisition, Beck.
She was unstoppable. Nobody could stop her in the paint. And we also know, as we see there, she has such great touch for a 6'11". But what I really enjoy is she got in on the rebounding fun. She had a double-double with the 14 rebounds and the 4 blocks. Absolutely incredible tonight.
Let's head back courtside to Kelsey Brown.
Absolutely, Annalie Mailey, she's right here beside me. Annalie, a huge win for you guys. I know you wanted to get it done in 2. You head back home now, going into a championship series. You've been here before. How special is this one?
But I'm just really proud of our group. Like, credit to Bendigo. They played really, really well. They've got a really talented team. They coached really well. Yeah, that's a really good win for us. You know, beating Bendigo not once but twice. Like, that's really big for our group, and I'm really proud of us.
Seems understated here, obviously. We're in the Bendigo arena, so there's not much fandom happening for you guys, but it feels like this one is big. Considering the last few seasons that you've had where you've got so close to winning this, how big does this one feel to be going into where you want to be?
One game at a time, I do. One game at a time.
What about for you with Han Shu? She was massive tonight, as were you, another double-double to your name. But Han Shu, she brings so much to this league. It's Chinese New Year. You're celebrating with her today?
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Like, one of the best imports I've ever played with, not just as a player, but as a human. So she's a goofy little thing, but, you know, we love having her here. It's good, great for the league.
Well, we love having you in the league as well, Annalie. A massive game for you, and we can't wait to see what you do in the championship series.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
Perth Lynx heading to the championship series in WNBL26. They beat Bendigo Spirit, the defending champions, by 6 points. We're going to wrap it up after the break. See you soon.
I'll get on record as saying this, there are 38-year-old KG did exactly that tonight. Another MVP for the collection, mate. Ladies and gentlemen that have stuck around, thank you so much for coming out on Tuesday night and spending some time with this group of incredible athletes. Please, put your hands together one more time for your Bendigo Spirit! Make sure you get home safe, people. Everyone wants to hang around and help me pack up all that PA stuff up there. I'll be grateful. Thank you again. We will see you next season. We love you all, Spirit fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Good night.
The Perth Lynx advance to the WNBL26 Championship Series tonight. They knock out the defending champions Bendigo Spirit with a 6-point victory tonight at the Red Energy Arena. They wrap up the series in 2 games and they came from 1 point behind at quarter time and ended up winning by 6. Jess Webster with you alongside Bet Cole and Rachel Jarry. Perth will be ecstatic. They got it done in 2 and they're heading to a championship series, their 3rd in 5 years.
They sure will, and they were in the semi-finals last season and lost, so they're glad to go one better. They were all class tonight, but now they get to go home, recover, and find out tomorrow who they will be versing in this grand final series.
And Rach, it really was about efficiency tonight. Perth just shot a little bit better than Bendigo. They had their opportunities, couldn't make it count.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt like a typical finals game where it was a bit of a grind. Both teams know each other really well, so it did come down to those little moments. Who can make the tough layups, who can stay poised, and it was Perth that were able to make some big-time shots down the stretch.
Paul Hayes was incredible for Bendigo, the MVP. Nearly on triple-double watch at one stage, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Hanshu, the leader for Perth, 25 points, 14 rebounds. These are match stats to full-time. Just great work from the Perth Lynx, and they get a little bit of an extra break now before the grand final back.
They sure do, and credit to Bendigo. They've had a great season, what they've done as a club, as a team. But as we see right there, Hanshu, what a woman that she was today.
She is built for the big stage. She knows how to get it done. A 2-time WCBA championship winner in China and MVP as well. She was a big name recruit to the WNBL campaign and she led her side to the championship series tonight. Hanshu, the star for Perth Lynx, and they are the first team through to the championship series. We still have one more series to play out. Townsville up against Southside tomorrow night in Game 2. Thanks for your company tonight. Bye for now.